Welcome back, everyone. I'm Fran Fawcett. This is City Under Siege. Crime and punishment. Well, it used to go hand in hand, but if you did it, well, let's start this over, okay? Crime and punishment used to go hand in hand. If you did the crime, you did the time. But because of many reasons, including prison overcrowding, a lot of people aren't doing any time at all. But Carolyn Canville tells us about one idea that's producing big payoffs.
We are the Bio Posse.
There's a lot of beautiful areas of this bio. Some areas you'd love to have your family on if you thought it was clean enough.
Clean is hardly a word most Houstonians would think of today when they think about local bayous. Trash is a word that comes more to mind, and this is why. Houston has long been known as the Bayou City, but thanks to pollution, that's almost become an insult. Our bayous once made us proud. Now some of them can make us sick.
They've thought that this is just a sewer.
Greens Bayou goes on for 40 miles. It's a paradise. It's been turned into a garbage dump. And a lot of the trash that comes floating through here winds up in Galveston Bay.
This stuff has been building up for years here in Greens Bayou and other local waterways. 1,000 combined miles of floating garbage. It's a situation that has seemed pretty hopeless, but not anymore.
We are the Bio Posse.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we clean up for you? It takes a lot of hard work, and I guess this is a good start for me.
Ron Chandler says he's starting over. After being convicted on a theft charge, then violating his probation, he could have been sent up the river. Instead, he was sent down the bayou.
Yes, you can imagine how clean the water used to be at one time.
Ron is among a group of Harris County probationers who are now working off their time here on Greens Bayou, cleaning up the garbage and cleaning up their lives.
Now we the people, we're gonna take a stand. We're cleaning up the bayou, and we need a helping hand. That's right.
They call themselves the Bayou Posse. Ron came up with the name and the song.
Somebody take a stand and help clean up this bayou.
These men have all been sentenced to the Harris County Conservation Corps, officially called the Conservation Work Probation Program. They are convicted criminals who didn't make it on regular probation.
In 1989, I committed a burglary, and they put me on probation. And I didn't do my community service, so they sent me back here.
David Dean says he feels grateful he got another chance to clean up his life and a chance to pay back his debt to society. He says he's taken to this bayou cleanup project like a duck to water.
You know, I've got a lot out of this. I've always been an environmentalist.
It's been all right working out here on the bayou, you know. It's a privilege, really.
Cornelius Thomas says he's lucky to be picking up trash on a bayou after getting caught in a stolen car and then violating his probation.
I'd rather be out here, you know, making a difference with the environment in it.
These men have already made a difference in just 6 weeks' time. The stuff you see here is just a drop in the bucket. They've collected tires, car parts, even a whole car, mattresses, a shotgun, even a refrigerator.
We actually found a 55-gallon drum of paint, leaded paint, back up by Wallaceville Road.
You'd be surprised the stuff this boat's had in it. We pulled in a 55-gallon drum that's half full of either paint thinner or paint, and it was floating in the water.
A lot of this stuff, it was never probably thrown into the bayou. It could have been thrown in out of your car 10 miles from here and floated down a storm sewer, and here's where it ends up.
It was just like a dream house.
This woman was horrified after she and her husband bought their dream house 6 months ago overlooking Greens Bayou, only to find out they were living on the edge of a trash dump.
The very first rain that came, the litter started coming down the bayou, and it was bank to bank. I mean, for 7 hours, just hour after hour after hour.
But Dee Owens didn't just get mad. She got busy. She called every official, every entity she could think of.
Someone has to say, I'm responsible. And after I called for nearly 3 weeks,
I never did get an answer of anyone that said I'm responsible for this bayou being clean. So I just decided I'm responsible.
It was Owens who came up with this idea to put probationers to work cleaning up the bayou. As a water safety instructor, she could provide the training. Precinct 2 Commissioner Jim Fontino liked her proposal, offering to pitch in the canoes, life jackets, and oars.
And he said immediately, well, let's do it.
Assistant County Attorney Terry O'Rourke knew it could be done. He's the guy who got the Conservation Corps off the ground a year ago, putting probationers to work on neglected parks and littered roadways. So why not clean up a bayou?
These men are in jail, they're in custody, so instead of having them watch color TV and read comic books and do pornography and tattoos, they're out here cleaning up the bayou and cleaning up their own lives.
Each probationer is certified in CPR and water safety, thanks to Mama D, as they call her. And thanks to the Houston Zoo, the probationers don't need to panic at the sight of snakes.
You bumped into any snakes?
Yes, ma'am.
How'd you react?
I'm not too fond of them, but, we was taught, how to identify if we see it.
Although I was the one to say I really don't care, but now I walk around proud with my head in the air.
Now, 8 hours a day, the self-proclaimed Bayou Posse is recreating a recreation area. And O'Rourke says this is just the beginning.
Well, there's no reason that every bayou and waterway in Harris County wouldn't look like this and be restored to a place where you could use it for recreation, where you could fish and boat.
But ask anyone who's been involved in this project, and they'll tell you it's not just about saving waterways. It's about much, much more.
I love it, because it's kind of giving me something to give back to the community. It kind of motivates you and give you that self-esteem again,
Once I get out, I plan to go to work, change my life.
We are the Bayou Posse.
For City Under Siege, I'm Carolyn Canby.